Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hey there, this is G Forever.
Yes, we're here to review the new Shin Godzilla Omega Beast from Easy Hobby. And here we have two boxes.
Very big boxes. These are the Easy Hobby Omega Beast Shin Godzilla Form 4 Kamakura Landing version. And there's two versions, just the
Yep,
regular,
two variants.
yep, turret variants, regular 4 form, which is the solid red version, and the translucent red version, or otherwise known as translucent rage version. Both are by Omega Beast. And I'm actually wearing the shirt that has the Shin Godzilla on there. But in
Now, yeah.
addition, there was a collaboration of X Plus, so you might see two more versions of the same figure. Just the main difference is the X Plus version does not have the bonus items, and it just comes in a plain brown box, whereas the Easy Hobby version has a colored box.
No, I thought, well, maybe this is different than what I thought, though, because I originally thought, because yeah, there's two variants, like
Hmm.
translucent, not translucent. And
Hmm.
I thought Easy Hobby was going to sell the translucent version and X Plus was going to sell the non-translucent
Oh, no,
version.
no, no. X Plus is doing both. The
Okay.
normal one would be the normal, like you buy from normal retailers, and the translucent version you would buy from the Shonen Rick website or the
Okay.
Godzilla store. The Godzilla store, I think, had the translucent version.
Oh, okay. So they're both retailers selling both of them.
Correct. So in Japan, X Plus is Easy Hobby's distributor. However, they don't have the bonus items, so those are exclusive to the Easy Hobby version.
Right, right.
And
Okay, and you
yep,
got these from Easy Hobby
correct. I got
In
the
Taiwan.
yes, I got the original version, which has the bonus items because bonus items are fun, and I want the complete, the complete figure with all the extras. And the instructions here actually were written by yours truly. I helped with the English translation on the box art and the instructions. So
Oh,
fun
very cool.
times. Yeah.
So
So no,
I'm gonna,
try to catch all those spelling mistakes before
yeah,
they put it out.
did you check for typos on the cardboard box?
The cardboard box, I was not asked to proofread it, so actually, I think he did okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
alrighty.
All right, so let's
And
get
this is always a
this
challenge when they put like, yeah,
all
plastic
this
around it.
really
You're
thick
being
foam. Yeah.
you're being a little more brave than I would be.
Hmm.
With, of course, this is not your first rodeo.
Yeah, I think this I've kind of gotten used to these giant Omega Beast figures. It's because they have a lot of protection with foam, cardboard padding, some plastic wraps, and even more foam. And you can see there was the tailpiece hidden in the foam compartment and also protected in the plastic bag. So it's really nice. And inside more foam, you'll find all the bonus items. So if you got the X Plus version, you're missing out. So you want the Easy Hobby version. Got the optional tail stand. And even inside the
Yeah.
plastic, there's even more plastic to make sure Godzilla's claws and toenails are nicely protected. And
Oh yeah,
even
and the
there's some
spikes here.
foam, yeah, foam pieces to protect the spikes
Oh
to
yeah. Well, on
keep the
camera here,
shape.
he's looking very good.
Yeah,
Kind of,
so yeah, I think this is definitely a really beautiful piece. So for many folks, they haven't seen the prototype and they only seen the final product, which looks spectacular. We will have in the later part of the video, we will show the differences with not only the prototype but also with the X Plus and the Kyoto for comparison.
yeah, it's interesting here. It's like, yeah, and certainly the how he looks can vary based on like how much light you throw on him.
Correct. Yes. So
Because you're
this.
wearing, because well, one thing to note, like you have some shots where it's just him with a black background, and so in
Yeah.
those shots, there's like you see a lot of light on him,
Mm,
and then but when you get on camera because you're wearing a white t-shirt,
yeah.
then he looks a lot darker because
Mm,
the camera automatically tries to balance.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, oh
So
yeah, but
yeah, check
nicely
out the
translucent.
translucent
Oh
version.
yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is the shot with like just yeah, the black because that background is like completely black, but again,
Mm,
because like the camera always wants to try to like you shoot for like kind of like an average of gray.
yep.
That's why it looks kind of gray. Oh yeah, and there's the bonus
Bonus.
version.
Yep.
Oh yeah, very fun.
Yeah. So I think yeah, it definitely looks really good. and you can see a lot of details. So this special version, this translucent version, emphasizes more of like the paint. So it has a lot of the glow, like the reflective glow when you have certain lights bouncing back off of the figure. And man, it's just beautiful. Like it really feels that like that life in Shin Godzilla, like just like in the movie where he's kind of glowing based on the light reflections. And he really looks like he just stepped out of the TV screen because the detail, the amount of detail Canlin put into the sculpt is just truly amazing. And I personally feel this is definitely a step up from the Kyoto, like with the amount
So
of
it's
detail.
okay. So now this is his second Omega Beast Shin Godzilla. Like so,
Like the
sort of like second pose, like
second
second sculpture.
pose, yeah, second sculpture. So he had the Heat Raising and Awakening, which were the same sculpt with the split mouth, and then
Yeah.
the Furious Red had like kind of like a different head but the same body. So this
Yeah.
one is the Kamakura landing, kind of more of a
So this is
traditional
when he first
look.
comes on shore as
Yes,
Form 4.
exactly. That's Form 4.
Oh yeah,
And here's the detail on the tail. It looks pretty nice. I actually like the finished product of the tail over the prototype, which will show the differences later. And very easy to put on and take off. So just
because it's held together with
magnets.
magnets,
Yep,
so no hair dryer required.
correct.
Oh yeah, and
And
there's the
yeah,
bonus item.
yep, and there's a optional tail stand. So all of my Easy Hobby products have been on display for several years without the tail stand, and even the prototypes I have at home didn't use a tail stand. So I'll just leave those in the plastic bag. All right, so this bonus item actually comes from the book, The Art of Shin Godzilla. So it's not a made up thing, but it looks like a kind of like that like the vegetable, right? The
Well, a little pod.
yeah, a little pod, yeah. Um, but it's actually a real thing in the art book. So it never made it in the movie, but this is a Shin Godzilla cell. So what a Shin Godzilla cell would look like.
And you got
And
two
here's
of them
the this is the prototype. So on the right is the
on the right.
prototype. It's kind of like non-translucent, whereas the final product actually looks better. So you can see it. Let's turn off the lights. You can see it's a little
Oh
more
yeah,
translucent. I think the flashlight. Let's get it brighter. Hold on.
there we
There it
go.
is. Yep. Yeah, I can see it's translucent. This one's not as much. And it
Oh,
also
very
has a
fun.
little stand with the Shin Godzilla label, so it's pretty cool. All right, here comes the next one. So another giant box. So these Omega Beast boxes are really putting the name gigantic to play here. But this
Right,
is
right, right.
considered the smaller, I think smaller of the previous boxes. I think Furious Red and Furious Blue, they were just massive.
Yeah. So about how many inches tall is this guy then?
If I remember correctly, he's around 22 inches tall, I think. Yeah, he's right around the 50 centimeter mark to the head. All right, so this is not a toy. Make sure you don't eat it. And there's a little profile pic of the sculptor and the owner of Easy Hobby, Kan Lin. And notice the difference. The translucent version has kind of like a um
You
like
got
a
a matching
gold
t-shirt.
gold thing. Yep, matching t-shirt. Yeah, so the difference on the box is just a gold label for the translucent version and the missing label on the normal version, the solid red. All right, let's wiggle this one out. I think that's what the plastic bag is for. Very highly dense foam. And let's get this out of the way. Okay. And all right.
Now
Bag goes
I
away.
take it these are still, well, again, it's like you can get these from X Plus now, as you said, but
Hmm.
like trying to buy something directly from Easy Hobby, I think is still still a bit of a challenge.
Yeah,
Uh, uh,
that's why I'm available to help Godzilla fans and collectors. If if you want to purchase, because so some different products are licensed at different for different countries. So some of the like Shin Godzilla, for example, is licensed for Taiwan and China, and then Japan X Plus has the distributor rights too. And
Okay.
then some other products are only available in
Yeah.
different countries.
So I
So
take it this is the non-translucent version.
yes, this is the
And
solid red version.
I must say, it's like as much as I like the Easy Hobbies translucent figures,
Hmm.
it's like at least in this video, this actually looks, yeah, this actually looks okay.
Yeah, this one looks really good. So the difference on this one is it uses more of a traditional vinyl, so more of a solid. So you don't use, and it's more matte, so you don't have like that glossy
Oh,
look
but
from the translucent
oh yeah, and
material.
as I recall, like KN, the sculptor, really likes to have like wants to sculpt the entire figure, like on
Hmm.
every side, including the feet. So
Correct, yes.
does it say Easy Hobby anywhere on it?
It does not. So the only way to see where I don't think I showed it on camera, but it's actually where you connect the bottom of Shin Godzilla and the tail.
No, so
So
inside.
it's inside. So
So it's on the connection. Yeah, it's like on the connection
yes,
where the tail connects.
correct. It's
Oh
on
yeah,
the
that's a good.
inside.
Yeah, that's a good place to put it.
Yep. So it doesn't ruin the look of the figure. I think that's how
Yeah,
he
so you don't
likes
have
it.
like a big
A big
copyright
label.
by Toho, like
Yes.
right on like Rodan's forehead, something like
Yes.
that. Yeah,
But yeah, very easy to put on in literally seconds, and no hair dryer required. And yeah, I think this is Easy Hobby's first Omega Beast that doesn't use translucent material.
so I
And
take
I
it.
must say it looks really good. You can
Yeah,
see the
actually,
details a lot better
like I
in
said,
the
I haven't seen
translucent
it in
version.
person, but like here on camera, like oh yeah,
It's very crisp. Yeah.
this is actually like worthwhile.
Yeah, the
And
details are crisp.
I take it it does not come with a base.
No, so he mentioned there's a base in the future, so I'm not sure if that is just gonna come
Maybe
later or whatnot. So we'll see. And and it looks really like the different reds. So one thing about this one is it's not fully red. It uses he used this kind of blood flow theme going on. So if you look at it's more you can see it more on the back and the tail. It's kind of like a fleshy color rather than just pure red, which most Shin Godzilla figures use. So this uses a lot of like flesh-like colors, a lot of different pinks, and different types of shading of reds. So here you can see it better on the dorsal fins. So it's not just pure red.
right.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this came out really nice, and I personally think it looks a lot better than the prototype that we saw last year from G Fest. So the final product, which is very rare, I think a lot of times the prototypes are usually better than the final products, but in Easy Hobbies case, it seems like they just keep improving until the final product, and
Yeah, so
even
this has a
this
different, so it has a
different
different
bonus
bonus.
item. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this keeps in tradition with the Easy Hobby Omega Beast bonus items, which is a dorsal fin. And this dorsal fin, because it uses a solid material, you can see the details a lot. So I thought it's
there you
great.
go. See there, that's the way
So
to do
now
it.
this is what
Yeah, you
people have
got
been
them.
asking.
Yeah, you got them. Yeah, that's the way to do it. You got to put them right up, right nose to nose
Nose
there,
to nose.
so you can see them both in the same frame.
Yeah, so people have been asking, keep telling me what's the difference? What the difference? Unfortunately, I because I don't have it till now, so now we can show the difference. Now we have them in hand.
Oh,
So
is
that
this
was
a
the
different
main
one
thing.
on the left now?
This one is the Kyoto. So here's the
Yeah, different. Yeah, different company.
yep. So yeah, Kyoto made the Shin Godzilla. They replicated the maquette that was used in the movie. So this is kind of like their model before the movie, and it's very dark. And
Yes.
I think the details aren't as crisp as the Easy Hobby one. So, but this is pretty much if you want to collect something that is like true to the movie. Like this is what inspired the final look of Shin Godzilla. Definitely get the Kaido. But if you want a more movie accurate one, I think Easy Hobby did a better job because if you look at the Kyoto, there's extra teeth on the head. The eyes are not like a solid pupil. It's more of like a very vertical, like a triangular snake-like pupil. And then the arms, Shin Godzilla in the movie kind of has the palms facing up, whereas the Kyoto has the more traditional arms facing left and right. There's a kind of a seam where the tail connects, and this one needs two tail stands. The tail does sag over time, so you do require the tail stands. Whereas the Easy Hobby products, I've been so far talked to Kaylin, the stands are pretty much optional. If you live in if you live in a very hot climate area, you probably want the tail stand just to give it that extra support. But since we're over in the northeast, we should be fine. And my where I have the figures is climate controlled. So
Right,
the
right.
details of the solid version, Easy Hobby versus the Kyoto, you can see left and right. So on the left is the Kyoto, and on the right is the Easy Hobby Omega Beast. And the Omega Beast is also bigger than the Kyoto.
Yeah.
Here's the back view. So the Kyoto uses more of
So
a
Kyoto does have
single,
some red then.
yep, single red, whereas Easy Hobby kind of use different types of reds. And here's the tail. So I would say the Kyoto tail does look a little better. I think I
That's
do
on the
like
left.
that. That's on the left. Yep. I kind of like the patching of the black. I think that kind of does look nicer, and some flesh. The Omega Beast one is definitely a thicker tail. All right, let's look at the Kyoto again. Here's the other side, and here's the top view. So the good thing about the Easy Hobby, you can just take the tail off and you can easily look at it. Whereas this one, you need to angle it the right way. So the Easy Hobby one, you can see that inner face much
Okay,
easier.
so we see on the left, is that an X plus?
That is the X Plus. That's the translucent, clear red. I think they call it the X Plus Gigantic Shin Godzilla Clear Red version. So
Yeah,
this
did
was a
that came
Godzilla.
out?
This was a Godzilla store exclusive, which was X Plus's answer to the Furious Red. So it came out like a few months. I think it was December of 22, a few months after the Furious Red was released. So that was X Plus's attempt to do a gigantic translucent figure. And here we have the translucent Rage version next to the X Plus. So the X Plus uses kind of like a very bright, clear red. So you can see a lot of red, whereas I think the Easy Hobby one, you can have more details. You can see the darker black spots, and when it's the red parts, it's really red.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
not
they're
just a
both.
single shade.
Yeah, they're both looking good. It's like yeah, you got a lot more. Yeah, it looks like you got a lot more red on the X plus.
Yeah, and there's a gap on the tail on the X Plus, and you also needs a tail stand. And the tail is a single color. It wasn't. It's not like the Easy Hobby or Kyoto where it's kind of multi-tone with the like kind of fleshy and bone. It's just that clear red single color throughout the figure. But the X Plus uses it, because that sculpt is so nice. I think it
Okay,
benefits
so
from that
here's
that sculpt. So this
yeah.
on the left is the final product, the Omega Beast translucent rage version, and on the right is the original prototype from G Fest 2023. So we can
Okay.
see it's much of a darker red, ruby red on the final product, and a more of a brighter red on the original, with kind of closer to the furious red colors. And on the top is the original prototype tail, and on the bottom is the production tail. So you see there's a pupil on the eye on the production version. Now I have them reversed. So the bottom is the prototype, and on top is the final product. So what do you think, Heisenberg? Which tail do you like better?
The Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not sure. It's like the not sure about what colors he went with
Hmm.
on the
Yeah, it was more,
on the final product
yeah, it was more
of the
pink.
tail.
Yeah, more pink, whereas the prototype was more bony. All right, so these are the solid red. So the on the left is the prototype, and on the right is the final product. So we can see you went with more of a different types of pinks and reds on the final product, and it's more red on the original. And on the left is the prototype with the pupil in the eye and more bone color, whereas the final one has more pinks and has a white pupil on the tail. All right, so this is the gray, like the gray prototype, I guess. So no unpainted prototype. So you can see all the details from the original sculpt. So
Oh, I see. So he
yeah,
had this because so you could show it at G Fest,
yes,
or
yes, this was at G Fest. So yeah, I can't imagine how many hours it because Can does his sculpts by hand. So I can't imagine like how many hours went into sculpting this thing because this is a lot of grooves to carve. What do you think, Heisenberg?
oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think for the Shin Godzilla fan out there, this is probably the ultimate Shin Godzilla figure to have in your collection.
So this does look like hand. Oh yeah, we should emphasize these are all hand
Yep.
sculpted, and then
Yes.
and then sort of like made in a ultimately made in a factory.
Correct. Yep.
But yeah, not 3D printed.
Yes.
It's not yeah, not 3D printed. It was like
Hand
handmade by an
sculpted.
artist.
Yep.
Okay, so here
And
we
yeah, so Form 2 Deluxe comes with the unidentified giant creature, and then Form 3 comes with a swappable head. And then there's Form 4, which we just reviewed. You swap out the head, we get the closed mouth. And going back to Form 2, you get the extra blood. And then here's take a quick spin at Form 1. So we'll cover this in a separate video. I just wanted to take a quick look, kind of show you that kind of we haven't covered other products other than Haya in the past. So I'll take a quick look at some of the Omega Beast products, and we'll have a more detail in the future. So that's Form 1 and Form 2. So this came as a set, and I think they look wonderful. Like I love the sculpt and the paint work that was done, and the unidentified giant creature was the I think the only company outside of Bandai to make it so far. So really cool to have that. And Form One, the complete version, is on the way, which will be a Wonderfest 2024 exclusive. So can't wait to see that one. And yeah, I think Form 2 is looking really good. If you don't have a Form 2, this is a very great one. I love that it comes with that blood. I don't think other companies have produced that blood material that you can pose together. And in the future, the what is it called? The Solo Saga series, which will come with some buildings for Shin Godzilla Form 2 to crawl on. So that's gonna be nice. You can make your own diorama. So
yeah,
for
here's
Form
Form
3,
3.
yeah, so for Form 3, I like the closed head mouth a lot. So both versions come with a deluxe version and a standard version. The standard version for Form 3 will just have the open mouth head, but I think you want to go with the deluxe version so you can swap the two heads out because it's very easy. It's hold down by magnets, and once you swap it out, you get a really nice different pose. Both heads are still pretty cool because in the movie he does roar out kind of like this. I just personally like the closed mouth because I think that just looks spot on from the movie. But yeah, very good detail, very crisp, and even the undersides. So, what do you think?
Oh yeah. Very definitely high end. It's really like
Yeah.
yeah, very high end statues. So G Forever, I know at this point you own a lot of Form 4 Shin Godzilla gigantic figures. Uh, so where would you place this one compared to the others?
Well, I gotta say, X Plus, they started strong with their original sculpt. It still looks great to this day. If you're gonna compare translucent to translucent, I would say the Easy Hobby one takes the win. If you want if you want to see what he looks like in the movie, Easy Hobby is the one that looks like just like the movie. X Plus, you have that really cool like pose of the S shaped tail, which I like. So it's kind of like it's really personal preference. I can't really say which one's better. It's really what which one you want. For a movie accurate, like what he looks like coming out of the movie, his tail is kind of straight up. That's this is the one to get. And if you want something close to the Kyoto but movie accurate, Omega Beast is the one to get. The Kyoto, I don't know. I think for the Ano purists, like if you really want that maquette, like what inspired the final design, I'd say you go for it. But after all these years, you have so many choices now, all these different products. I think the it's just too dark for me. Like to me, Shin Godzilla has a lot of that red color. So either going between the X Plus and the Easy Hobby products, I would choose those two over the Kyoto. I'm very fortunate to be able to own all of them in all the different variants. So, but choosing between the ones I kind of like the Furious Red a little more because I kind of like more of action poses. Shin Godzilla unfortunately was very stiff in the movie. So if you really want a movie accurate one, this is probably the one to get the Kamakura landing version.
Yeah, I think my two favorites are still the Easy Hobby Furious Red,
Hmm.
and I've always really liked
The
the
Awakening
well
X
the X
Plus,
not
right?
well I
The
forget
split
what name it
mouth.
is, but the X Plus the original X Plus with some purple.
Yes, yes.
Basically
Some
the
purple and
original.
some red. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the original Rick. Yeah, it's the original X Plus Shin Godzilla Gigantic. It was the Rick
Rick,
exclusive.
yes.
Yeah, which had like, is it split mouth, and it's
Split
got some
mouth.
purple on it.
Correct. Yeah, that's that for the X Plus. I think that one is my favorite. It's I think the paint on it isn't the greatest, and the seam on the neck is terrible, but the pose and the sculpt is really good. So if you kind of like
Yeah.
if you forgive that seam on the neck and that kind of weird white paint on the back
Yeah,
side
I'm
of it,
pretty.
I think it looks
Well,
great.
I think, yeah, I'm okay with the paint on it.
Hmm.
Because it's like, I think I remember in saying in the past, I wish it were more purple. And then they came out
Yes,
with
more
one,
purple. It's
and they
too
came
much
out with
purple.
one
That
that
one's
was
up
more
there.
purple. And then yeah, I think from what I've seen of the one that's like more purple, it was too purple.
It's too
So it's
purple.
like,
Agreed.
yeah. So it's hard to, yeah, it's hard to please here.
Hard to
Hard to
please.
please
Well,
us fans.
there's the Omega Beast one, which I really like the paint on that one. Like it looks like it's really shining and shimmering, and with all the lights reflecting, it looks like he's about to like burst out that those lasers from the back of his fin and back of his dorsal fin. So, if you want a really nice paint job, I would say the Awakening Omega Beast, or even the Heat Racing one, where he's like in between. But that one's just super rare, super hard to get. So I think Awakening version would be the a good alternative. But yeah, for the X Plus version, I would skip the Godzilla Store purple version. I think they call it. That one's just way too purple. I don't really. I just got it because I'm a completist. I was able to find a good deal on it. Otherwise, I probably would have skipped it. And then yeah, I think the one that Heisenberg mentioned, the original Awakening, which is the Shonen Rick Boy version of the 2017 release of Shin Godzilla. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Excellent. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they just keep coming.
they keep coming and they keep getting bigger and bigger. Like I think the X pluses are around 18 inches, which is like what 48 centimeters, and Omega Beast is 50 centimeters, which is roughly 20 to 22 inches tall. So yeah, they keep getting bigger and bigger and better.
Oh yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So this is Heisenberg.
And G Forever, and hope you enjoy the Easy Hobby Omega Beast Shin Godzilla Kamakura landing version.